Joining us today is a guest who has long sounded the alarm on political and social issues, Michael Moore. The Oscar-winning filmmaker, author, and popular Substack columnist has previously campaigned alongside Bernie Sanders. Welcome back, Michael. Ari, where should we begin? Michael Moore, first, it's great to see Bernie and AOC traveling across the country. It's inspiring, and while it may be too early to talk about 2028, I can't help but notice that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will be 35 by the time the next presidential term begins in January 2029. Perhaps historians will look back at this moment, Bernie and AOC touring the country, advocating for democracy against oligarchy, as the spark that introduced the idea of a new kind of leader for the White House. Bernie may worry about his age by 2028, but this tour proves he still has the energy and passion to inspire. And we have a new generation, millennials and Gen Z, who are rightfully furious about the world they're inheriting. I can't go through another election where millions of potential voters stay home, as they did on November 5th. Liberals, left-leaning Democrats, and independents sat this one out, and it cost us. The numbers are there. Polls show that most Americans align with the policies of Bernie, AOC, and myself, but voter turnout remains a major problem. That must change. One of the most important aspects of this tour is Bernie's call for more independent candidates. He himself is not a Democrat, and neither am I. The Democratic Party has let us down too many times. While in some places running as an independent might not be the best strategy, we need to recognize that the Democrats are not our saviors. People watching this right now should seriously consider running for local, state, and congressional offices. If we don't challenge weak, uninspired Democrats in primaries or run as independents, we are simply standing by while our country is dismantled. Sitting back and hoping the party will fix things is not an option. Ari, I know some viewers may not like hearing this, but we have to face reality. The Republican Party was crumbling before Trump's MAGA movement papered over its cracks, transforming it into a personality cult. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party has credibility issues of its own, as seen in Bernie's struggles against establishment candidates and the broader public distrust. Poll after poll shows that Americans are disillusioned with both parties. So, who will step up? I want to shift gears for a moment and talk about something critical: prices. The struggles of working-class Americans, from Flint, Michigan, to every corner of this country, cannot be ignored. Despite Trump's claims that he'll lower costs on day one, the reality is that prices aren't dropping. Markets are declining, tariffs are rising, and the economic burden on everyday people is increasing. This is where Trump's own policies will eventually turn his supporters against him. When they realize their healthcare costs are soaring, Medicaid is being gutted, and life is becoming even harder, they'll understand who's responsible. He can keep repeating "price of eggs" like a mantra, but people aren't that easily fooled. Speaking of Flint, I have to mention Mahmoud Khalil, the Columbia University graduate student who was arrested and secretly transported to Louisiana despite committing no crime. His wife, Dr. Nawar Abdallah, was born and raised in Flint, Michigan, and now practices dentistry. Khalil is a legal permanent resident of the US, yet he was targeted simply for speaking out for Palestinian rights. This is a dangerous precedent. When the government can detain people without cause, it erodes our democracy. The very principles our country was founded on prohibit such abuses of power. And let's not forget the 147 Republican lawmakers who, even after the violent attack on the Capitol on January 6, still voted to overturn the 2020 election. That is nothing short of a betrayal of democracy. Some of these politicians, like Andy Biggs, are now restricting their town halls to Republican attendees only, because they know they're facing a reckoning. Voters in Michigan and across the country are waking up to the damage being done. To those who didn't vote last time, let this be the last time you sit out an election. The stakes are too high. We need people in the streets, we need candidates with courage, and we need to stop waiting for the Democratic Party to rescue us. It's time to take action.